Parents will be less happy or more happy if they're not signing 4 out of 5. Under decimals, boys and girls and their children of all ages. And don't think that you're the only ones, kids, that have had this issue. Believe you me, I've had to train many a child. It won't be the last. Many sentences have been written. Many lives have been dashed. Many dreams have been broken. Many children have waxed and waned nostalgic. But someday, when you're in high school, when you're in college, you'll come back and say, thank you. Thank you for showing me the right way to do things. I would not be where I am without that. All right, today we're talking about rounding decimals to the nearest whole number. Rounding to the nearest whole number. Anybody, what does that mean to round to the nearest whole number? In order to round to the nearest whole number, you probably need to know what a whole number is. They think they know what a whole number is, Lauren? Yeah, whole numbers are simply numbers that are not fractions or decimals. No fraction, no decimal. Okay. For example, if a pair of shoes, I'm making my best shoe. All these. If a pair of shoes cost, I don't know, $35.96. Generally speaking, if you're begging your parents to buy those shoes for you, and they ask you how much your shoes are going to cost, you would probably take that decimal of $35.96 and round it probably to the nearest whole number. You might even round it to the nearest 10, but the nearest whole number would be what? If you were to figure out, your choice would be this. If you are using numbers without decimals, either you're going to round it to $35 or to $36. And you would probably say this one would round to, Caleb Fisher?
$36.
And $36. And why 36 and not 35? When you're rounding to the nearest whole number, what is the most important digit to look at? Well, maybe you might have two of them. In other words, which of these digits told Caleb that he needed to add 1 to 35 and make it a 36, right?
Because it's higher than 36.
Well, which digit though am I talking? What digit did you look at?
96.
Like digit, singular. Yeah, the tens place, which is what digit? Well, that's hundreds. This is tens. 9. Yeah, it is only, ladies and gentlemen, the digit that's after the decimal. When you're rounding to this whole number, you only care about that digit. It wouldn't matter what comes after it. Because if this is a 5 or bigger, you're going to add 1 to that next number there. For example, another example would be if you have this 7.499999999999, and I ask you to round that to the nearest whole number, what are you going to round that to? Again, your choice would be either you're going to round this, you're going to stay a 7, or is it going to round an 8 as a whole number? Zach Roth?
7.
It will stay a 7. Because the only digit that tells you whether it stays the same or rounds up is this one right after the decimal. These don't matter at all. Okay? It's this. This was a 4. It's less than 5, so it stays a 7. Because this is just like having $7.49. Okay? As you get farther away from the decimal, these decimals mean very, 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 very $7.49 would round to $7, not $8. It was 50 something. Let me see what else they asked for. And here is the practical application of that. It says, Vera has a flower and a vegetable garden in her backyard. This rectangle is the dimensions of her flower garden, 12.2 meters. 12.2 meters by 7.8 meters. And the directions tell you to what is a reasonable estimate of the area. Well, if you're estimating, you probably want to round to the nearest whole number. So 12.2 would round to Joseph, 12. And 7.8 would round to Chase, 8. And your estimate of area is length times width, because I know you want to write the formula down to make the teacher happy. So you also could be one of these people here. Whew. Whew. Anybody 12 times 8? Let me do that in their head. Lauren?
96.
96 and whatever that was, meters squared. 96 meters squared. How big would 96 meters squared be? Is 96 meters squared bigger than this classroom or not?
Smaller. Bigger. Smaller.
Oh boy. So here, it'd be a good question, but let's think about this. My classroom, I don't know what it is in meters, but we'll just do it in feet. It's 30 feet by 30 feet. And if we figure that there's about 3 feet in every meter, like there's 3 feet in every yard, it is really 10 feet by 10, or 10 yards by 10 yards. And 10 yards by 10 yards is how many yards? Square yards. 10 times 10 is?
100.
I would say in reality they're probably actually awful close. Because a meter is, here it is. This is a meter stick. A yard, you just shave this much off. This is a yard. So a square yard would be a little bit smaller than a square meter, which means 96 meters squared would be bigger than 96 yards squared. Maybe we should check. They'd be awful close, actually. Relatively close. 5th grade close. I don't care too much about that. I think we should stop now because. Oh no! Let's look at page 682. Just quickly, I'll ask you to estimate these things. Make sure that you know estimate. Did I show you these before?
No. Wait, who's busy a few more?
Look at the practice problem there. It says round each money to the nearest dollar. Letter A would round to what, Cassie? $6. Letter B is Maya. $15. Letter C, Emily. Page 682. We got a big 100 party coming up. For a whole hour and a half. Don't worry, just save all the good stuff. What? Emily, what'd you come up with? Letter C, $118.59 rounds to how many whole dollars?
119.
Very good, 119. Estimate the sum of $12.89 and $6.95. Layton?
$20.
Yep, $20. How about 4.75 rounds to what, Sarah Grace? Letter E. No, just 5. It's not dollars anymore, but that's okay. Letter F. Connor? 12. Letter G, Matt.
96.
96. Letter H, Sophia.
7.
Letter I, this is way too easy. Maybe we should do 7th grade work.
Yes.
Let's
try it.
But you already are. Look at one of the problems was.
Yeah, we already are. Yeah, we're smart. Well, still.
Which one were we on? I'm sorry.
I.
Letter I, Aaron.
46.
46. J, Autumn.
90.
90. Estimate the product of 9.8 and 6.97. Riley. (9.8) and 6.97. Product. Multiply. What would you round them to? 9.8 rounds to. And this is why we don't do these necessarily now, but yeah, 10 and 6.97 rounds to. And when you multiply, yes, 70 is the answer. And again, that's why, if that was the problem, you would write down the estimation, because it's really hard to do those multiple steps and you have to keep them all straight. Number 11, Talisha ran 1 lap in 68.27 seconds. Round her time to the nearest second, Jacob. Letter L. 68. And letter M, the illustration shows the dimensions of a small gift box. I obviously know estimating the volume that you would draw the box. Write the formula for volume. Estimate the things there. 10 times 6 times 2. Not that mental math is bad. It's only good to keep your brain sharp. But you gotta be careful. Chase is saying 120 centimeters squared. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. All right, young people. Your assignment.